When I started my filmmaking journey, I already had more than a decade of experience in the camera world. I was a professional photographer, so I was like, filmmaking, video, sure, I got this. I have an advantage here. It's gonna be easy, but oh man, was I wrong. I mean, it's true that I had an advantage when it comes to knowing my way around the camera, but I really thought it was gonna be easy. And in reality, it was maybe like 15% easier for me. That's it, because you really can't compare filmmaking and video to photography. They're the same, but completely different at the same time. So yeah, I made a lot of mistakes in my first year. But making mistakes is part of the process. And so, the purpose of this video is to show you that you're not alone. We all make mistakes. And just so you know, these are not the usual using the wrong lens or using the wrong camera settings kind of mistakes. These are a bit different. But anyway, let's start with the first mistake. And this is actually a mistake that I didn't make. I almost did. But when I read the comments here on my channel, I feel like it's an important one. Let me show you something. So, some of you might know that I'm sitting here in my parents' attic, and this frame, what you see here, this is pretty much all the space that I have here. It looks really nice, right? But let me just pan to the left. So, it looks great from this angle, but it's not the perfect studio or workspace. I mean, it's super hot in summer, super cold in winter, there's mice running around up there in the insulation, it smells, I wouldn't say bad, but dusty because it's an attic, there's crap laying around everywhere, also over there. When I started here, I literally pushed everything aside and put my table here. That's how I started. And then also, some of my gear is here, some of my gear is somewhere else. Look, I'm glad that I have this space. I'm not complaining, I think. Sometimes, maybe. But, you know, it's not an efficient or productive workspace. That's all I'm saying. But that didn't stop me, and that's important. I knew that it wasn't gonna be perfect and maybe even annoying at times. It is annoying at times, but that's not important. What is important? Getting started. If you want a creative profession, the biggest mistake that people make is waiting for the perfect time or the perfect location to start. It's never gonna be perfect. If I would have waited, then none of you would be here because this channel wouldn't exist. I still haven't found the perfect location to build my studio. So, mistake number one, waiting for everything to be perfect. Don't do it. Start right now. I feel like I could be a motivational speaker. New career? Okay, and mistake number two is lighting. So, I was a travel and documentary photographer, and I was used to shooting in natural light. I had some experience with flashlights and publicity photography, product photography, but not a lot, just the basics. So when I started filmmaking, I didn't know a lot about lighting, and I also didn't focus on it. I didn't learn enough in the beginning. I went straight to color grading, thinking that was the key to making my videos look good. But that's not true at all. Light is so important in filmmaking, even if it's just for YouTube or even if it's just for fun. So start learning about light and lighting setups from the very beginning. Like I showed you in my last video, lighting is the key to create your custom look, especially indoors in a studio like this. So first lighting and then color grading. Okay, and then mistake number three is wanting too much too fast. So, just like many of you, I love watching movies and videos, and when I started, I was like, yeah, that's what I want my videos to look like. Random video, I don't know what I liked watching back then, but I was like, I want my videos to look like that. And I didn't know how to edit properly, I didn't know how to light my videos, I didn't know how to color grade, I knew nothing. I thought I knew a lot, but I didn't. All I knew was that I wanted my videos to look like all those cool videos and movies. So what I did is, I started taking little pieces of information from everywhere. A little bit of color grading, a little bit of editing, a little bit of lighting, and some information was beginner information, some of it was expert information, and I tried to put all of that together. And it was a complete mess. I wanted to run, but I couldn't even walk yet. You know what I mean? So just start with the basics. I can't stress it enough. Simple editing, clean audio, make simple videos, and naturally it will grow to a point where you can make your videos look like you want them to look. But in the beginning, that's not important. Basics, basics, basics. And then the final mistake is defining what your content should be too early, or defining your style before you've even started. I was still traveling when I started making videos and when I started to get interested in video. And I thought that I wanted to make travel videos. You know, those very cool cinematic travel videos that were super hip a few years ago. Still, it's a little bit less, but they were like, it was the hype. Cinematic travel videos. And that's what I wanted. I thought. And in my head, I had this idea of what it should look like, my channel. But when I started making videos like that, it just didn't feel right. And I got frustrated. And the thing is, you still keep holding on to that vision in your head, but it just doesn't work. It was a vision that I created before I even started making videos. So my advice is, again, just start. And it's okay to have an idea of what you want to do, but don't put yourself in a box before you've even started. You have to realize that it will evolve, your style will evolve, your content will evolve, and you'll find out what you like to do. If you have a YouTube channel, it will naturally go to the point where you feel comfortable and where you develop your own style. Same if you're shooting weddings. In the beginning, you don't have a style yet, but don't try to put yourself in a box before you start. Just let it evolve naturally. And it's very important because if you get frustrated, then you might give up. That's it for today, guys. I hope it was a little bit motivating. You know, you're not alone. We all make mistakes. I mean, if there would be a Hall of Fame for mistake makers, then I would probably be all the way at the top. Trust me. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.